Adam from Dad's Job here. I am here in Menorca in what is a very, very sunny day. It's going to be mid-30s for the rest of the week. I arrived here on Saturday, and obviously with limited access to data and Wi-Fi and stuff, I've managed to get myself a nice little hotspot at a coffee place called Cafeteria Takeaway App Rop. If you're in Menorca, in Cala Bosch, then that's the place to go, apparently. But yeah, obviously I wanted to start off with my reactions after catching up over to social media. Daniel Kretinsky is going to be the 40% shareholder, or is it 40% or is he 48%? I don't know, but he's not 50% quite yet. He'll be the majority shareholder of West Ham United, taking over the Gold family shares. And it's a move that has been backed not only by Vanessa Gold but also Terry Brown and Trip Smith, who are the minority shareholders, and have firmly placed their stance in the West Ham board by supporting him, which just shows how much of a toxic person David Sullivan is, if even a family friend in the Golds don't want to work with him no more, especially with the allegations that have been coming in. So yeah, it is very, very positive, and I can expect Kretinsky to put in the £90 million rights funding by the end of this month to further dwindle David Sullivan's shares to make him the overall majority shareholder, taking him over 50%. So yes, I think the era is finally beginning this month. It's finally beginning, and how long have we waited for that? So secondly, I've seen the other stuff on social media with the ITK wars. Now, for clarity, I've spoken to pretty much everyone that's been involved on a personal basis, and I have to say I'm very disappointed that we as fans are divided still. I know there's a cause there in terms of, well, David Sullivan calls that divide, but I think that's been and gone. And I'm going to defend Gonzo X and Sean Whetstone to a point here, because they're the ones that did have access to David Sullivan directly, and they're the ones that did tell us the news of what he relayed. Now, if they didn't share the news, how would we even know what's been going on? How could we be further disgruntled amongst the decision making behind David Sullivan? I mean, without them sharing it, we wouldn't really have the ability to feel upset against the ownership that we hated. So it just cemented proof of the fact that we've got a crooked chairman. Now, obviously, some of the posts have obviously, are kind of engineered and almost like a prosthetic for David Sullivan in terms of furthering his voice and giving the excuse and stuff like that. But if we didn't have any of that, we wouldn't have seen any of the Canning Town memes, would we? And we wouldn't see anything like that. So there is some light to a lot of darkness there, and I can see why some fans are gunning for him, gunning for Gonzo X and Sean. I can see why, because they're unhappy. They're unhappy with it. I can see why, but I don't agree with the personal digs and the personal slander and creating this, how can I put it, this agenda against them. I don't get it, but all I can say is that we're now moving forward as a club. We should move forward as a fan base. There's no point holding grudges and holding people accountable when all they've done was just a mouthpiece. They're still fans. I know for a fact that ex-West Ham employee and Dave Walker are fully against David Sullivan. I know Mark Corlaw's against David Sullivan. I know Gonzo's against David Sullivan. I know Gio's against David Sullivan. And I even know that Sean Whetstone is against David Sullivan. But I think he admits to this, that he did kind of live off that a little bit. But yeah, I think anything that comes from David Sullivan's mouth now will not happen to West Ham and affect the club anymore, which is great news. So we're not going to see all these news pieces of the propaganda and the debt and all that rubbish, because now we can move forward under a new era. So let's put all this to bed now. Let's just get united as fans and start looking forward to what's going to be getting our club back. So come on, you Lions.